A woman had a pet snake that she loved very much. The snake was about 7 feet long, and one day it just stopped eating. After several weeks of trying everything, the lady still couldn't get the snake to eat. A woman had a pet snake that she loved very much. The snake was about 7 feet long, and one day it just stopped eating. After several weeks of trying everything, the lady still couldn't get the snake to eat. The woman took the snake to the vet and explained her situation. The vet replied, "I see. Has your snake been sleeping with you at night or snuggling real close and stretching himself out?" The woman said, "Yes, every day, and it makes me so sad that I can't help him feel better." The vet said to the lady, "Ma'am, your snake is not sick. It has been preparing to eat you. He's been sizing you up every day so he knows how big he has to be. He's not eating, so he has enough room to digest you." Moral of the story: recognize the snakes around you. Just because they seem close to you doesn't mean their intentions aren't to devour you.
Right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we're going to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that do real well, that taught us this 100% truth, and salutation to the brothers around the four corners of the Ratazar, preaching this word in truth and sincerity, hailing the downfall of Esau, Edom and his wicked queendom. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Right, going back into the video we just played. Right, as you can see, all these animals was created by who? It was created by Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Hashem Shai. Right, and don't feel that they're so mild, they're so tame in this time. Right, a lot of you all, especially you all Edomites, you all want to tame them and have them as your pets. Right, but what the person say, the moral of the story is, don't forget don't be, let me say, deceived by these simple snake, right? Who, let me say, these ligers, these tigers, these cross species animals who these heathens want to make, right? And so feel that they could tame them and they're tamed. No, these are vicious beasts that the Lord made, right? For the day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh Hashem Shai. That day, what the scriptures speak about is a terrible day, right? A very, very, very terrible day. Don't feel that you all could tame these beasts and it will be all good and all well, right? Because we know what the Lord created these things for. I just want to bring up this first precept here, right? The book of Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40. I believe it's from verse 9. Come.
Sirach chapter 40 and starting at verse 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These are things created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood.
Right? All these things is created. The Lord created these things for you wicked heathens and you wicked tutor jakes, because these jakes not gonna get it, not gonna get it right in this day and age, in this time. And you wicked heathens, you all gonna have to feel, right, the death, bloodshed, strife, right, the sword, calamity, famine, tribulation, and even the scourge. These things created for you all. The Lord made these things. So don't feel that these animals is your friends right now. Right now they're just tame. Right? They're tame in this day and age.
The Lord didn't turn up the spirit yet.
As the brother just said, the Lord didn't turn it up yet. Right? Where you all feel that, hey, this is my pet. I could hug him up and lie down next to him, think normal. Right? But when I check it out, if you search up how many people are being killed by these beasts right now, the Lord turn it up easy. Little by little, the Lord turn it up. Right? I just want to go down here into Google, because I was even, I know click back on this, even in here in Trinidad, right? Back then when I was young, it had a pit bull. I believe a pit bull is also a man-made dog, I believe so. I believe the crossbreed the pit bull dog, right? And it had a child down on my side, right? They had a pit bull, and the pit bull literally take she. They don't know when the Lord gone turn up the fierceness on these beasts, right? The pit bull take she and jack she from she head, bust up all she head and thing. They had the cut out she hair and jack she from here to a good distance. That a savannah living next to a savannah, right? And drag she in the savannah. What going on is the father, right, had to go and kill, well, basically put him to rest, because we knew these things is a serious thing. You can't friend with these things too much, especially you wicked toothed jakes, because you don't know when the Lord gonna use these animals to delete you, right? This is the independent side. It says grandfather attacked by 11-foot python that came through. Yes, that came in Slovakia through an open window. Right? So don't feel these things is just normal beast, a normal snake, a normal dog. Yeah, this is my pet tiger. You wanna see my pet tiger? You were so foolish, especially the jakes. When you will see these things, you will and wow. It was like, wait, I want one of that. It's so cute.
Because pursuing the way they say they will take place with that girl, she is a young girl around
Yeah,
3,
can.
4, right? And the pit bull, some people might have said, oh God, why that happened to she? But there is Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 16, right? Go to the brother that point. There's Ecclesiastes 3 and 16, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there, right? So, pursuing to reincarnation, right? You just die, your body does go into the earth, and your soul does go back to the Father, which sent it, right?
That's right.
That girl received that judgment from the Father, or rather Yahushai, pursuing to John 5 and 22, because all judgment was given unto Yahushai. And
right.
Yahushai gives she that judgment to come back in the earth as that, 3-4-year-old girl to get tear from the animal.
That's right.
So, some people go sit down and say, well, that unfair, that unjust. No, them get fully well what they deserve to get.
That's right.
That wasn't a mistake. That wasn't just, a coincidence. That girl deserved it, whether you like to hear it or not. Because it have a precept in Job would say, whoever perish being innocent, not one person is innocent. So when that happened to she fully deserved that. Go ahead.
That is why, as the brother just see what the brother was just add to what the brother was saying. That is why we do have pity for these wicked jakes. When you see these vagabonds, as they say in Babylon, but we just call them vagrants, right? Them just call them hobos and stuff. When we see when we see them, we do have pity for them, because we know that is their judgment the Lord put upon them. Right? We have pity on them. But Yahushua said, pray not for them, but he pray for the elect who was given from Yahweh to Yahushua. Right? These are the ones who we praying for. Watch even back with Jeremiah. What you want to Jeremiah?
Pray not for these people.
That's right. We ain't praying for these wicked jakes and because they will always be wicked. Right? These jakes, you will have a serious judgment what the Lord is going to bring upon you in the time to come. Right? And that day, hey, you always going to be crying bitterly.
We said there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
That's right. Look, even Ezra said it, woe is me, woe is me.
Who shall deliver me
Right.
that day?
So who does imagine this? If you're not obeying the Lord's statutes and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, who going to deliver you? Who going to deliver you if you're not obeying his laws? If you ain't thinking and meditating these terrors to come, because we know that day is not going to be a good day upon the face of the earth. Come on. Thank you, Sabi. Right, because when you check it out, you all jakes right now, you all sitting in the luxury, who comfortable in this place. Right now with the day, that day is gonna come and make you uncomfortable. That day you ain't gonna be feeling like, hey, you wanna go and party, you want to go and zest, you want to go and wine on this man wife and commit adultery. You ain't gonna be thinking about that. You're gonna be seeking to save your own life. You're gonna be in fear for your life. Because that day is a fearful day, as the scriptures say.
About precept here, Revelation 22. and 11.
Come.
Right? The Revelation 21 verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. They just add to what the brother was saying, right? And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And here we are, what shall I say, right? And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. So wherever judgment you get in that day, you was fully deserving, right?
That's right.
Fully deserving. You was a wicked two-tailed nigga, as the brother was, pointing out some traits that them two-tails have. You gonna get a two-tailed reward. You as a righteous man, you're gonna get a righteous man reward, right? And as the brother said, them are gonna be seeking to save their life. They're not gonna be able to save their life. Them just gonna go out with a whimper, and we gonna laugh. We gonna laugh. You see, we don't have pity for them.
That's right.
Well,
And just to add to the brother, I say we gonna laugh because hey, the Lord also going to laugh, right? And we be
laugh at their calamity.
yeah, that is exactly what comes to my brain, right? The Lord gonna laugh also because why? All the time you want to listen, you want to hearken, right? The Lord said He sent forth His prophets, right? I think it's Proverbs 1:25, right? The Lord also going to laugh because He sent forth His prophets week in, week out, right? 24, right? Week in, week out. He said He sent them before the morning. He sent them early in the morning. Now, where's the morning right now? Where's the daytime right now? It's now before His judgment come, right? Sirach 5, right? Right before all these judgments come. Seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, seek the Lord before His evil day come not. Right now, you have a lot of time. But it's only, as always quote, when your teacher in your school, right, back when whoever used to go to school, right, and the teacher leave the class, he said, use this time productively, use this time wisely. Don't just go and be like no class clown and do bullshit. But then, these heathens love party and bullshit. Jigs, not heathens, but mostly jigs. Party and bullshit. Where you have a shy, basically want us to do in this time, in this day, is use it wisely, right? Seek ye first, seek Yahweh Shai first, and then anything else. But no, this wicked jig, party and bullshit. Let me go and do this and let me go and do that. Let me go and sin, and continue in the iniquity. But you can go back.
It also my scripture where they say, seek the Lord while He may be found.
That's right.
Right, they come into a point in time, the famine of the world. The prophets are not gonna be out there,
That's right.
Like when 70 AD they take place, you think Peter, James, and them was out there prophesying? No. It had a time and a season for everything under the sun. And we in the time of the season now is the fishing season, right?
That's
Jeremiah
right.
16 and 14.
That's right.
Or 16 and 16. We in the fishing season right now. We in the time where you can hear the word right now. When the word gets shut off, when the Lord see the book, that is a different. Your bread butter. Right? But the precept for the brother there.
You go now.
The Proverbs 1, starting at 24. Because I have called and ye refused. I've stretched out my hand and no man regarded it. And how we do that through the prophets, Hosea 12 and 10. I've spoken by the ministry of the prophets, right?
That's right.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel. You disregard everything the prophets are saying, right? And would none of my reproof. Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Right? So you have no regard for what the Lord had to say. You're going to laugh at your calamity, right? Right.
That's going to go down to the word calamity for those who do not know. Right? It says the... Oh, you can. Right, I'll get it here. And I'm going to read it out here first. Right, it's a calamity, an event. Oh, crap. It's an event resulting great loss. An event resulting great loss. The distress that results in some disaster. Right, let me see. We hear it's in the etymology dictionary app. Right. Wow. Calamity. Right, it says damage So that damaged state of adversity, it says a great misfortune or cause of misery.
144 is it then?
Yeah, pa. Yeah, a cause of misery. So that time you're going to be in great misery. You're going to see this one dying, next one dying. With the scripture say that you all wicked jakes and you wicked heathens, right? They're going to be like dung on the face of the earth, right? So in that day, Lord will be laughing because, hey, would you say and go, who laugh last, laugh the best? Because in that day, you all ain't going to be laughing. You all going to be crying and weeping bitterly. Right? And Lord will laugh because why? You didn't want to hearken to me now. But you don't want to hearken to me now. But when the time come, then you don't want to hearken now. You want looking for the prophets and them in the streets. Hey, you all want some oil. But no, what the scripture say in Psalms, Matthew 25. Right?
5 are wise, 5 are foolish.
That's
5
right.
wise took what the extra oil for their sustenance.
That's right.
We can't come and give we oil now. You going mad? We can't come and give we oil now. You had time to go and buy your oil. We going mad oil now. You can't hand that over.
All the time they put to buy the pastors and say,
I feel so rich. I feel like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. I get it straight from the makers. I'm shopping like a billionaire.
Stress, calamity.
Download the Temu app and shop like a billionaire.
Disaster, day of calamity, right? Oppression by implication in the Strong's definition, misfortune, ruin, calamity, destruction. So the day of your destruction,
That's right.
so laugh, the Lord gonna laugh at all. Right? And go and do it through the prophets, right? We can sit down and watch a nigga fucking a dog tearing up a nigga, a snake fucking, a venomous snake, no bite a nigga, and he freaking he groaning in language and you can laugh at him.
That's right.
Yeah.
God, yeah, that is true. That is true. In this day and this age, if you alone are hacking a day, this is gonna be the prophecy. Will the Lord prophesying upon you, wicked Jake? This is gonna be your lot.
I didn't know about the law of attraction. When my room was a floor in the mattress, my mind stayed up in the mansion.
Try to happen then because we ain't gonna be speaking. The water bring out the precept here. You must eat. Right? He must eat and verse 11. And it says, behold the days, the days come, saith the Lord, saith Yahweh power, that I will send famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? So in that day and age, the Lord is going to shut up the mouth of his prophets. Because you know why? You all didn't want to hearken. So the time is going to come now. We ain't going to be speaking. We ain't going to be telling you all, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, come back to the show, all the wicked heathens, and you Jakes better get right with the Lord, get right with the Master. We ain't going to be telling you all that. Right?
And pursuing that as well. The elect would have done the same.
That's right.
And you know the Lord only hunting for the elect. So anybody who trying to, get our word in that time, you don't know you're not elected already.
That's right. It's like back in the movie Simpsons, right? When every single body was looking. I think it was Homer was the one who was telling them the end coming or something.
The end is near sign.
Nobody people basically label him a madman. And that is what they label the man of the Lord right now. Madmen. To them we speaking nonsense. To them we speaking a set of shit. They don't want to hear that. Would they tell Jeremiah prophesying to us smooth things, Jeremiah?
Smooth words,
Right.
prophesy deceit.
Can.
That's what them want to hear, and the appellate to bring up that as well with the Simpsons because Homer is an ass naturally, and you see how Homer is prophesying in the end.
Can.
How they're painting the prophets in that light, in
That's
that
right.
likeness of a fool. Right, but we go be fools say Yahweh Shem
That's
Yoshai.
right.
We more than happy to be fools say Yahweh Shem Yoshai. But we go see who you see the true fool go be made manifest in that.
That's right. I'll bring all the piece up from the was Rock 49. 39. I mean, it was 49. Yeah, 39. Can. I'm out.
Yeah.
39. I was 28.
Sirach 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are created. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Right? And hey, just remember this. Who made them? Not the Lord. Was it the Lord made these things? So hey, the Lord, no. The Lord is so good and so merciful. His mercy endured forever. Yes, it's a scripture. But these heathens and them, especially these jakes and them, they like to paint it in a way that no, you do that. He don't do evil.
God
He's
is-
a good God.
God is all love.
Yeah, all love.
How them does explain Amos 3 and 6?
Right.
Cannot explain that. How does it explain Exodus 15 and 3? The Lord is a man of war.
Man of war. Al-Sharia. Al-Sharia, actually.
He was known as what the Almighty Power, which is what Al-Shaddai, great and terrible demon-like power.
That's right. Also, he's the call him the destroyer of the Gentiles, especially the wicked heathens. Yes, the Lord is just to dash them in pieces.
The Lord's name is dreadful among the heathen.
That's
So
right.
I don't understand where you get this narrative from that the Lord ain't gonna fuck the place up. That not making no sense to me. It's clear to see that the Lord fully well capable and has done it. He flooded the whole earth and he ate people alive.
Ooh, yappa,
You think it's so far-fetched for the Lord to just turn it up like that?
telling me? Just imagine how the Lord kill out man, woman, child, baby,
Eat
the
man.
grasshopper hopping. You telling me who is this wicked place? Because as we always say, the Lord right now have the highest killing toll in the whole world. Yeah, the highest score.
In history.
In history.
The Lord had the most skills.
Yeah, and as Brother Howard is saying, this time, hey, he can't come and break the high score in this day and age with all these souls right now, and this gonna be in this earth with these wicked heathens and these wicked tutor jakes. Lord gonna break the high score.
Yeah, because as I mentioned now, it have more people on the earth now than there's ever been.
That's
Why
right.
all these people here? For
Why?
the Lord to bring up them to pour upon the judgment
Would they
upon
say
them.
overpopulated?
Nah, the Lord put all these people there to judge all of them because what the precept in I think it's 1 Peter 5 and 14 we say the righteous scarcely be saved. What shall be the end of the unrighteous?
That's right.
Because the Lord bringing back everybody in. For the righteous to get taken up in the chariots, the elect to get taken up in the chariots, and for your two-tailed jakes to feel it, or your heathens to feel it. That's why it has so much people on the earth right now.
And it's always draw this analogy. It have one man stand up here on the side of the road, and next man in the middle of the road, and a car pass, and it just graze this man's shoulder, so bow, he get a cut on the side of his shoulder. What happened to the man in the middle? You're dead like a dog, boy.
Ooh, yeah,
I telling you, you're dead like a dog, and that will happen to the leg. The leg will be scarcely be safe, and these wicked heathens and these tutor jakes, right? A lot of, all you tutor jakes, right? And a lot of these wicked heathens, as the brother say, bread butter.
Precept does say if you ain't get killed with the sword, you will get killed with famine.
That's
so
right.
you're not escaping. One, if this signature, let me continue reading. It's fire, the verse 29, right? Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance, right? Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the swords punishing the wicked to destruction. Verse 31, and they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, that need coming now, right? And when their time is come, that time coming now, they shall not transgress it. They're not coming here to play.
Yeah, that is true. Even the angels, we will say how the angels, because in the scripture says spirits, right? The angels, the scripture says they appease the wrath of him that sent, that made him, right? So the angels not transgressing. So they want to say, even that's the add, you want to go off topic. That's the add where they say how the devil. Well, not devil, so like Satan,
yeah, he
right?
God
He fight against God and he come against God, and this is fucking bullshit. That is nonsense you are speaking. They say they appease the wrath, the pleasing him, the ready to do what the Lord tell them to do in the split of a second, right? So don't feel when that time comes, the Lord not going to send his angels, his spirits created for vengeance, all these teeth of wild beasts. Don't feel Lord not going to send these things. The Lord sending it for you. right? Because hey, that day the Lord is waiting. Yahweh Shai, especially Yahweh Shai is waiting patiently for that day. Boy, we don't say his in Wisdom of Solomon 5:20. His severe wrath is sharpened for a sword. That means the Lord vex, he angry, that's waiting for that day to destroy you wicked heathens.
Where I wish I did say what would I if my rat was already king, Bill? So if he 2,000 years ago was mad, you tell me 2,000 years of bare iniquity running through the head the Lord and mad. Still, you can even check back to the time when the Lord tell Abraham, the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. So if you're asking the question, what will taking so long? The Lord just waiting for you to build up all that iniquity to fuck it. When your parents just say, I pile it up.
Ooh,
I
pile up the licks, yeah.
Like when the Lord do the pile, I really come and share that licks.
Everything.
Ooh, everything. Everybody. Even somebody we knew nothing. And we know you not really ain't do nothing.
Yeah, can.
He piled it up for one
What
month.
does it say? Peter people pull
Yeah,
up, pull.
Now we know
Everybody getting licks.
Everybody getting it. Man, woman, child, like Ezekiel 9:46. Man, woman, child, don't spare nobody.
That's right.
The only men they spare is who? The men who had that mark on the
That's
forehead.
right.
The one who was sighing and crying for all the shit that's being done in here.
That's right. Hopefully we're part of those men because hey, that one of the best place to be in history of life in all your lifetime is being part of the elect, being saved, exempted from judgment. Right? You understand? We Lord say because you have did His will. That's roughly paraphrasing Scripture Revelation. Because they follow His word and continue in His path, right? Lord can spare you from that day of temptation, especially taking that wicked mark, right? That would be so your power. You'll be happy when the God say you're gonna be up in the chariot, right? As the elect tears in your eyes because why you be the Lord save you from this wickedness, all this wickedness in this earth.
What the Lord what the precepts say the Lord is not unrighteous if we get to labor love.
That's right.
So all this we doing here, Lord will, we are part of the elect. The Lord not unrighteous, He not gonna forget all of this we do for Him. So we just have to continue steadfast in this thing. But
That's
for
right.
you all, your judgment. Sure.
Yeah, that's just as a man I like to do sometimes. Just imagine it. If the Lord he not gonna forget our labor of love. What happened to you wicked man? The Lord say he coming back to reward every man according to his works. So what happened to you wicked jakes whose works was only evil? Right? What happened to these heathens and them who always profaning the Lord's name and putting it because you have to remember this. It all begins with these heathens who profaning the name of Yahweh Shemashai and the jakes now coming and following them. Right? Remember the scripture speak about all these prophets, all the false prophets who misleading his flock. What going to be your part? Because remember the Lord loves his people. No matter he's wicked to the jakes, the Lord loves his people. Right? So what happened to these heathens who want to mislead jakes and you wicked jakes who want to follow the heathens and them and mislead the Lord people? You feel you go and go away unpunished just like Esau Edom? Remember you all falling under the same spirit. We did the Lord say that they have the father the devil? Right? So you all falling under that same spirit. Don't feel you all gonna go and get judgment too. You're not exempt from judgment neither. Because you all just being this house nigga. Right? Want to continue on that master will. You want to study Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and His will, right? You want to study the will of these wicked heathens and this world?
No problem, keeping these false holidays.
Can.
But if it's time to keep a holy day, that's problem. You can keep it. You don't want to keep the Passover. You don't want to keep the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Pentecost, Hanukkah. You don't do none in the Lord will. But when it's time to follow a multitude to do evil, or you're fucking ready and willing.
You know what's going? It's not flashy enough for them. You know what I mean? It's like
cool.
flashing lights. What they call is which is New York, the city of lights. I ain't too sure if it's New York. A brother could correct me if I'm wrong, right? They love the lights, the flashing lights. You understand? They hearing the dingle, hey. Yeah, they like that. Jakes love it. Right? They love the music and the freaking tinkling of these freaking instruments and stuff. And the banging of the drums, the boom, 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 and the heart pumping. So, you understand? You're running to wind up on this one
like
freaking wife.
They like the soca.
Love it.
They like the carnival. The adulterous, gatherings. They love them things. Because I just have breeding ground for adultery. Carnival, Juve, all of them things just have breeding ground for adultery to take
That's
place.
right.
And it Jake reveling in it. The reveling in it.
Especially these parties in these nightclubs. That's why the apostles' advice is basically stay away from these things because
The judgment coming.
I'm not-
You don't want to be around a man when the judgment coming. Because you might not get spared. You don't know. And you know what it is. You don't want to tempt the Lord.
because a lot of, let me say, shootings is happen right after these nightclubs and these parties. Because I was watching, I know if it's a brother post up a video in the chat or something. If I was watching on Cut on Reel on Instagram, right? It was after a party, outside the party, and it was a shootout, right? And I feel it's jigs, because you know the jigs, a lot of them shoot like the little Glock 19 and thing, yeah, I love that. You understand? He saw sword, right? And it's basically, I think it was two people died, three people died, and some of them was injured, and the guy, the Jake was a Jake, yes, I remember it was a Jake. He got locked up and he was in prison for freaking first degree murder and second degree murder, right? So basically, these parties and these nightclubs is basically to stay away from.
And the apart to mention that because not only men does die, but you see a lot of people getting injured. And most of the people getting injured they have nothing to do with the shooting. So you don't want to be, you don't want to be there with a lucky bystander. You don't want that above your name. So it's best to just stay away.
And there's a lot of adultery being committed in these parties and these nightclubs. Because when you check it out, you know, it's heavy in America, you call it the one night stand.
Yes.
The one night stand, and these women, they love it. As soon as they get a little tipsy, they get lightheaded, right? Some of them who can't hold the liquor, who get slip and nicky, you understand? Who get in freaking gripped, right? A lot of these men, they out here, they just coming to, they're just seeking for flesh. You understand? That bottom flesh. I ain't gonna say the bottom flesh, but the V flesh. You understand? And these men, they have a judgment coming for you all who want to continue doing these things, especially wicked women, because what they say, and I remember that a while back, what they say it have 20 women to one man, and that was years back. That was maybe in the 2025, 2005, somewhere around there. I remember that. So how it is now? 100 to 1? 90 to 1?
Because what the banana camera, I do a video on it. What Isaiah 4 and 1 coming to pass on this side, right? Because a situation took place in Libya and I believe Tunisia, where the women and them who either divorced or the husbands died, they just kidnap them and to rape them. Right? So you see these things playing out are drastic ever now. And you ain't want to fall into the bad side of things, because the bad side of things, to be honest, we could say that good things, a great amount of good things ain't coming to the kingdom, because the scripture says, through much tribulation you shall enter into the kingdom. That gone freaking wickedness in the earth and multiply exceedingly.
That's right.
Multiply exceedingly. It doesn't multiply to a great deal if you ask me, but it's coming closer and closer to Yahushua coming. It's a great amount of wickedness can be taking place in the earth.
Yeah, as you just to add to the brother saying, yeah, a lot of wickedness, because even in the scriptures it say that in this day and this age, not this age, but back then, what the prophet said is lamentation, mourning and woe, right? So these are the things that is going to come. So the kingdom lies where everything going to be yapa, right? But concerning about what the brother, even the brother added it, right, concerning we were saying about women, how the woman is the multitude of the nations of the world, right? It's mostly women, right? So basically in that day and age, especially concerning Israel, Yasha'Allah, right? What the Lord said in Zechariah 13 and 8, concerning to his people, how 1/3 going to be saved. That is basically the minority, right? And let me check it out. 2/3 of you men and women, you have to remember this. Well, men, women, and children, you have to remember this. The majority is women, so it's mostly women going to be slaughtered. Most women going to die.
What the scripture say about all wickednesses as a little wickedness.
Oh, man.
All wickednesses as little wickedness is the wickedness of a woman.
That's right.
So you see, it's or you know they like to paint women as thin and delicate. Right now, or you're more wicked out here than these men.
Oh, good. Just I was scrolling through the shorts in the Apostle to her channel, and it was this freaking Wicked Eve again. Wicked Eve freaking gone wild. Because she trained on this and trained on that, and somebody said it was a next woman she was speaking to. Come on, my kid, I will delete you. I will come, man. Come, let's come. I will delete you now. Thing and chudong look like a food stand or something. Chudong this and chudong that and chudong this and chudong that. But hey, what the scripture say? Let's see if I get. I gotta search this one. I can't remember. Wait, it say a shameless woman becomes a dog. It's over. It's nice. Sarah.
Look it up. Nice. 26.
Yeah, 26 and 25.
26, yeah, that's it. Right, it's 26 and 25, and you know, it poetic, right? Because what we start off this video with, now do it, I'm playing it as
Yeah, can.
come on, right? So 26 and 25, shame not someone shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord their retribution. So, or you shameless woman, or you adulterous woman, or you're not even above this.
That's right.
When you acting the part of that nigga woman, or you freaking worse than this. What Solomon said, you gotta keep a house with a lion than is a haughty woman. No. One that talk plenty, but it's not that word he uses.
But the one that see, there was a dragon on a house up there on a wicked woman.
I think it's that one I sing. Listen.
Because when you check it out, when you see a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, right? In that day and that age, they're going to be brought back to nothing. Because the Lord says He's going to take away all the ornaments, right? All the sweet smelling, and He's going to give them for a stink. Right, so that remember how when you pass by and you get so, hey boy, she smell nice, boy. You ain't gonna be in that day because a lot of you women, as Brother Kahandel say, a lot of you women gonna be as bagged and chips. So you're gonna be like dogs. You're gonna be as in that day and that age, as a harlot with men that's giving you up for giving up your chastity, or how does it say, giving up your freaking VV for a freaking 10 piece, as how does it say? Right, hey, I'm right now, I hungry, you know, we seen dog, hey, take a bit now, let's bring a pack of rice or a tin or something for me to eat, and you go ahead now.
These women don't value themselves at all, right? And I get the precept here, was, so at 25 and 16, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon, and to keep house with a wicked woman.
That's right.
Right, so or you worse than this, or you worse than lions, or you worse than this. We really don't want nothing to do with you and pursuing to, you know, the video. We want to stray too far from the point. You know, to go into talking about you all bitches, but or you're gonna get a just reward for that.
That's right.
Or you're gonna feel it. Hey, or you Jake woman gonna see when the lights cut, no food, freaking you can't protect yourself. You can't put that weave in your head. You can't wear night. You're gonna see the true state of these women. They're gonna be made manifest that these fucking beasts, they're gonna be looking like beasts. Imagine you take the weave away from Eve. Take weave away from Eve. Fucking the braids, the perfume, the clothes,
the big fucking long eyelashes.
Yeah, take all that stuff. Hey, I don't find they don't look good with that. When you take that away from it's goblins walking on the fucking place, I'm seeing literal goblins, right?
Especially the fucking makeup. Makeup, I would say, I'll joke you to stay a long time. Hey, boy, you have all that makeup, but if rainfall now, your face moves. Rainfall now, you're freaking watching some of them, especially the light skin one, when they cry, so you're watching some big long black thing on the face too. boy.
Or you won't be able to, dress all the best in that. But I know if you had anything else, you could look
I'm gonna
at
bring out the Revelation 19.
You could close it up.
Yeah. We could jump back to the point you were speaking just now. Revelation 19 and 17. Or shit, that was 17. 19, crap. 19, phone malfunction right now. 19, 17.
Alright. There's Revelation 19 and verse 17. I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great Lord.
Right, so you have to remember that day and that age, right? As Brother Howard say, and it's so funny, eh? You gonna have so much bodies on the ground that never get buried, right? These angels and let me tell you, like these fowls of the air, you gonna have a feast. And just as a little joke, you got so much food though, they might not even want to eat nobody parts, so just picking on the eyeballs, looking for the surface part, what, yeah.
Because
No, then that's like, yeah, but that doesn't make you know that doctrine here, but that's a joke now.
because what is the kind of birds that could be there? The scripture speak about doleful creatures. What is them kind of birds? The kobo. Or we just say the kobo, but I believe for the overseas brothers is the American vulture. Let's call it.
American.
It's the eagle.
Can.
It's the raven. It's all these damaging birds coming to for that great feast.
That's right. Continue.
Verse 18, that he may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great.
Right, so yeah, this is what's going to happen to you wicked jakes and you wicked heathens, right? Lord gonna send out all these vultures on them just to be making a freaking supper on you all flesh.
Food out of you all.
That's right. Right, that's when I close it off with this last picture. I hope it was edifying to the flock, right? Because the wicked jakes not going to get enlightened. It is the elect who will be enlightened and use this word to boost them up in his spirit to prepare them for that day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? That's when I give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the elect around the Atazah. Right? Hope it was a define to the flock. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.